Good day to you. It is the 28th of December and I am back at work. Currently in the lockup we have a 420 GSI Tourer, a tripod and a curry in the microwave. A Hyundai which isn't going to be getting any work, all this and a box full of water. But today, none of that's relevant. Yeah, that's the one. Just before Christmas, mid-caravan move, Fred, the shed, I've seen behind me there, decided it was to go on strike. And since then, it's been left here where it can have a rest for a while before it gets kicked back into life. And it needs to be back into life because he's got work to do. And now I think it's time to do a bit of spannering. That's right, when I say spannering, I mean socketing. You may be wondering why I'm speaking so quietly. Well, the fact is, my microphone has a habit of overloading itself, and I can't be bothered to figure out how to turn the volume down, just at the moment. I'm not going to take the tools down straight away, because sometimes cars have a habit of just simply fixing themselves whilst you're not looking. Although I don't have my hopes up for this, but I'm going to give it another go first. There we go. Why can't you do this with one hand like you can with a... I'm going to try the jump pack on the car, and if it doesn't start, which it won't, so I'm wasting my time, I'm going to remove the scuttle panel and take a look down at the ECU to see whether it's drenched. Save Fred the Shed. That seems to be a bit of a campaign at the moment, saving Fred. And why not? Because, I mean, he might be tatty and he might be a shed, but he has lots and lots of potential. And that potential cannot be realised by scrapping it. So I'm only going to give this one go. And if he doesn't want to start this time, scuttle panel off, I'll put that battery on charge and we'll investigate further. No. So the battery can now go on charge. The scuttle panel will come off, and that's just those. Yeah, 17 mil. That's what they look like. And then these hoiky things that you have to hoik out. Now straight away, look what we see here. The ECU is going to be flooded. Well, that was my initial thought when I saw that. But that's just that. Down there, it's not too bad. Unless what has happened is it's filled up and flooded down there and eventually drained away down the hole, which I can see. So it can't have done. This doesn't look like it's been wet, or it does a bit. Not much though. ECU out. Let's go and have a look at it. Can you hear to power next door? I hope not, because if you can't, then we're safe. Now this ECU that I have there, it doesn't look like there could really be anything wrong with it, but I'm going to take the back off it anyway, because of the possibility that it may have been drenched and then just dried out ever so slightly. But I would expect there to be a bit more water evidence damage than what I see. So I'm not expecting much. After a good bit of faffing around, I found the Torx 20 bit necessary to take this plate off.
Can we see anything wrong here? No, it all looks perfectly good to me. No dry joints, no water damage, no reason for this to be
Definitely
bad.
does not look like there's any water damage in there. That's a good thing? Or is it a bad thing? Well, it sounds stupid, doesn't it? But when I saw all that water hidden under the scuttle there, I thought, yes, I found the problem. It's not a problem you want though, is it? Having your ECU drowned. But I thought that's the solution, isn't it? Now I know what to do. But now I don't know what to do again. Well, I might be back down to the fuel pressure regulator then, so I don't have time to do that today either because it's going dark already. Contrary to what those first 3 clips would suggest, this video is not going to be about Auntie Sophie. I'm not even going to mention it again. No, it's Fred the shed. I can't leave it here like this when it's such a useful car. Woke up with an idea. Now what if it simply needs some diesel in it? Now, that really wouldn't make a lot of sense because there was diesel pumping out of the diesel pumpy pipe squirter thing. But what if it's not under enough pressure? What if there's not enough coming through? Maybe there's not enough diesel in the tank for it to actually start. And I know this is a long shot, but I feel a bit desperate. I just can't leave this car there when it could be helping move others around, including the caravan. Now I've actually got to work before I'd even started videoing today, dropping Eric off the ramps, and I'm going to pump out what's left of the diesel in this tank and stick it in Fred. Should be easy. You see, we just have that bulb there to pump away at. Couple of minutes worth of squeezing that little bulb and I've easily got about 6 or 7 pounds worth of diesel. Battery should be pretty much fully charged by now as well. You never know, it might just work. It's not going to take long to tip that in, is it? So we now have a quarter of a tank almost, which is still a bit below where sensible people would stop driving. I think it's safe to say that it hasn't run out of diesel. As recommended by one of the chaps next door, I've unplugged, can we see it there, that red one there, that's the fuel pressure regulator. I've unplugged that, which then should give it full fuel if it's not working. But that didn't make any difference. So at this point, I start asking for suggestions because the fuel's coming out. The battery is good. Can't have an immobiliser issue because the fob works.